Our next presentation almost was the last presentation received. But that was because we asked him to make a presentation about 3 hours before he sent it. This is one of our hosts of the evening. Please welcome Joseph Steig. Are you green?
Oh, it's green. We're good.
Are you ready?
I'm good.
Sure.
I'm good.
3, 2,
Go.
1.
So this talk is titled Making Entrepreneurs, but it's not about whether entrepreneurs are born or made. Skip that. It's actually about what kind of entrepreneur we want to cultivate. So born or made, it's what kind of entrepreneur that emerges that's important. And that's what I want to talk about. Entrepreneurship is usually seen as a process about money, where entrepreneurs are motivated by money, right? That's what you generally think about. And a new friend of mine actually exemplifies this on his Twitter page, where he says, I'm a laid-back, intense contradiction of pure bliss. Money motivates, cash is king. But is that really the kind of entrepreneur that we want to make, that we want to cultivate?
No!
This is an entrepreneur. Is he motivated by money? Well, he probably is. He's probably motivated by money and food, but he's also, I would suspect, motivated by other stuff. That isn't all his life. He's doing other things in his life. He's motivated by other interests, other concerns. This is my great-grandfather. He was a house painter, and he was his own boss, and he was an entrepreneur. And sure, he needed to provide for his family, but he wasn't motivated by money. He actually painted pictures. That's what motivated him. This is the workshop of my grandfather, not my great-grandfather, and he was an entrepreneur. He was a cartoonist, a jeweler, a machinist, an artist, a novelist. He was an entrepreneur. He made money, but he was motivated by making art. And yes, that's Marilyn Monroe in front of his shop. So there's a lot of crazy young people that you've probably heard about in Boston, San Francisco, etc., who are making all sorts of entrepreneurial stuff. This is one thing that they're making, one company. I don't know what it does, but I can bet that they are motivated by Facebook. Because you've heard, if you've seen The Social Network, that line, not $1 million, but $1 billion. Facebook, though, is more than that. Because Facebook actually is transformative. It has produced a dramatic transformation. So do we want to create transformative entrepreneurs? Does that mean we want to create Martin Luther King? I mean, he transformed the world in many ways. Is that what we're talking about when I say we want transformative entrepreneurs? Mothers Against Drunk Driving, another example, an incredibly transformative organization that early on began to change how we think about the most dangerous thing we do, driving. They are would now be called a social entrepreneur. And this coming up is the definition of social entrepreneurship on Wikipedia. And what it really says is that social entrepreneurs, those people, Martin Luther King and Matt, what they want to do is they want to use entrepreneurship in some way to make social change. But is that the same as business? Is there a conflict there? Long ago, Ben Franklin went to France, saw the first balloon coming up. Man in the crowd said, what's the use of that? And Ben Franklin replied, what's the use of a baby? What that really meant was, well, look at the possibilities here. And in fact, the organization that I work for here locally, although we work nationally, that Phil Weilerstein, raise your hand, is the executive director of the National Collegiate Inventors and Innovators Alliance. That organization, what we do is we help entrepreneurs with that transformation. What we're about is making that leap, that creative leap, like the balloon, to something meaningful in the world, where entrepreneurs create value. And that's what I say entrepreneurs are motivated by. Creating value. Josh Goldman, who you just saw, fish farm. He spent 30 years making fish. Now I know Josh wants to make a lot of money, but he didn't spend 30 years because he was just motivated by making money. He's motivated by making fish. Another friend here, John Fable, created a company called EcoTrek. He's also created a company that makes biofuels called Sunethanol and a new company called Sylvan Cycles. He's motivated by something more than money, although I know he would actually like to make a lot of money. This is another example. This was funded by the National Collegiate Inventors and Innovators Alliance out of this area, this is in Troy, New York, they make an alternative to styrofoam out of mushrooms. Those guys, if they just were interested in money, would not have been making this company. This guy graduated from Dartmouth, PhD, a Shifigogo, went back to Nigeria. If he was really wanting to make money, just would he go back to Nigeria and try to prevent counterfeit pharmaceuticals? Probably not. Two other examples. We invested in this company, Therapeutic Systems. It's here locally. There's some other investors in the room. And we also invested in this company, Holtree. We invested in them because they care about more than just money. They care about making a transformative difference in the world. So great transformative companies don't come from entrepreneurs who want to sit under umbrellas blind to the world. We want to cultivate entrepreneurs who are motivated to transform the world. And now we can argue about whether entrepreneurs are born or made.